Hi. Seen some familiar names popping up. If you can hear me okay, give me a wave. I haven't done many lives, so yeah, give me a wave. So I'm going to find myself on here if I can. Let's see. Trying to find myself on TikTok on my big machine so I can see the messages, because they're not going to be that easy to see on here. So how do I find myself? Bear with me a minute, folks. I'm waiting for people to arrive. We're a little bit early there. How are you all? Are you all good? All right, let's have a look, see if I can find myself. Yes, there I am. So I want to hope this doesn't cause an echo. No, it's an old one. There I am. There you go. So I'm wondering if I can read my messages from my other machine, and I don't know. Yeah, I might be able to read them from there. So welcome. I'm a bit curious about this comet. I don't often get curious, but I am curious about the comet. I think one of the things that's piqued my interest is that leading scientists have made comments. Let me have a look. I've got some notes. Let me dig out my notes. So Avi Loeb. Now, Avi Loeb is a really interesting scientist, and he's been asking NASA for footage and photographs that he knows they've taken, and they're not answering him. And, you know, there's just these little alarm bells. So, yeah, I thought we could take a little journey. I'm just waiting for a few more people to join, so bear with me, because we're a bit early. There you go. We're just a little bit early, so bear with me. I'm waiting for a few more people to join us. If you've got any thoughts on the comet, anything you've already picked up, or any particular reason you're curious, let us know. We're all interested. I think one of the things that intrigued me was how scientists have said the comet slowed down when it passed Earth. I mean, do they have gears? Do comets have brakes? I don't think so. But I'm not a scientist. I don't know. So I thought the ideal thing would be for us to go and take a peek. So let's have a look. We've got another minute to go before we hit 2 o'clock, and a few more will join. I've got some some familiar names. Hi, good to see you all. How are you? Where's my cup of tea? Let me grab my cup of tea. 1 second, folks. Tea. Very needed. We all need tea. So, anybody got any questions about what we're doing today? If you've got any questions, give me a shout. I'm just waiting for a few more people, because I know there's quite a few people that want to join. They're not quite here yet. Thank you. What lovely people. I'm really blessed. I really do have some wonderful people come into my life via my work. So it's really, really cool. So has anybody got any thoughts about the comet? You're welcome to post up what you think. Joe Rawlinson, nice to see you. You're welcome. You've just got the #1 glitter badge. I haven't got a clue what any of that means. But it sounds good, doesn't it? A glitter badge. I want one. That sounds good. Yeah, this is a very curious thing, this comet. What's her name? Baba Vanga, the Russian psychic, was she? It predicted a lot of things. She actually named this year as the one there would be alien contact. Could be coincidence. Right, let's have a look what we got here. Bulgarian, yeah, Joe, yeah, you're right. Bulgarian mystic, that's it. Yeah, Bulgarian mystic. Yeah, she said this year, and do you know, I was reading the other day that there's been some strange lights over various cities. It's very interesting. Who's that? User, hello, my dear friend. Hello. Invite She Who Heals as a guest. As you can gather, I don't actually know what I'm doing here. Iman, we need to talk.
Hi.
I might need you to help with any questions or whatever, so I've kind of tapped to invite you on. So
Okay, no worries.
I don't know much about what we're doing here, but yeah, this comet. All right, I've got some notes. Bear with me. I work from that. I know a lot of people don't. Look. I'm an intuitive, and the way I work is every so often something will jump out at me. And that's what I look at. And it could be I've got tarot cards laid out. It could be 20 cards laid out. And there'll be one detail on one card that jumps out at me. And I think a lot that's how intuition works. What is it that you keep noticing or thinking about? And this comet keeps popping into my mind. And most of you know, I don't take any notice of conspiracy theories. I don't take a lot of notice. People, I think every day somebody will send me a video and say, you have to watch this. I never, ever watch them. Ever. No, I've got stuff to do. And I don't want to get bogged down. I don't want to go down rabbit hole. I don't want to get drawn in. Plus that, I want to work. I want to live instinctively. And I think we all need to live quite instinctively. And this comet thing keeps niggling at me. And I think partly because scientists have mentioned, when Avi Loeb has asked NASA for footage and they refused to give it to him, that rung alarm bells. The fact it slowed down when it went past Earth, so they say, that how can it slow down? It just doesn't make sense. And I said, Michio Kuku, sorry, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. What he said, let me just tell you what he said, because he's one of the most popular alive today, isn't he? Michio Kuku. He said it could be an intelligent visitor or alien technology. He said there are anomalies that are as deeply disturbing. Do you know what I mean? It's just, there's certain things that, and it's only the third thing that's come through our past us that's interstellar. We don't have visitors from that far away. So, yeah, I'm very curious about this whole thing. And I'm curious to see what you pick up. I mean, one young lady earlier sent me a message to say, I think she said it was a projection of our consciousness. I don't know. I honestly don't really know what that means. Maybe you can explain what it means, because I don't know. What do you think, Daniela?
Well, to be honest, I hadn't heard anything about it until you put the post up this morning. But I think there was a comment on there to say that it's like a consciousness, and it must have some sort of consciousness to be able to slow down as it passes our planet, because otherwise, or unless it's like an energetic effect of, like friction or gravity or whatever. So yeah, I hadn't really heard of it until you've mentioned it, but that was my sort of thinking, that it must have some sensitivities to the energies around Earth, basically.
Well, Shelley's got here DNA memory probe and helped wake everyone up. But wake everybody up to what? I mean, what we're being woke up to? That'd be a curious question. By the way, I've got a mad stalker that could pop up. So if she does, she's a bit batshit. Indulge her. She pops up now and again. Uh, if she pops up, I'll let you know. We can all give her a round of applause. Um, they say you haven't made it. You've got a stalker, don't they?
Yeah.
How powerful we are as humans. Oh God, Shelley, that's brilliant. Yeah, that's exactly. I love that because we feel a bit powerless. People feel that everything's so controlled. So yeah, I love that. That's really really nice. So I just want to do a little meditation. Just go and have a little look because it's out there. It's floating around, and people are saying it's behind the sun, or it's the other side of the sun. Shelley, we have so much power within us, but it's been suppressed. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We are capable of so much, and I'm sure you agree with this, Shelley. Collectively, once we start working together with a common aim, amazing things happen. We can do so much, but while we're all divided and arguing and distracted, it doesn't happen. So yeah, so when we all kind of get together for a common aim, and we all want the same things, don't we? We want our families to be healthy and safe. We want to lead a decent life. You know, I think we all pretty much want world peace. We all want the same things, I should think. So mind travel, in case any of you are not familiar with my work, mind travel, the great Rupert Sheldrake said, your brain is inside your skull, but your mind can travel anywhere. This is pretty much proven with telepathy. Telepathy, you can pick up on things that are happening on the other side of the world. The remote viewers, that massive amount of money went into research by the American government into remote viewing, and they conclusively gained 100% results on their military people sending their minds to other places. And they would say in places of conflict where prisoners are held, where their ammunitions are hidden. Since times, it's now used quite a lot in industrial espionage. The companies actually employ remote viewers to go and spy on other companies. And now and again, I've had funny little visits. And one guy, he told me to go and look at something. He said, you can do this remote viewing. And yeah, me and the military lads did go and train in remote viewing. And he gave me, they give you a code for the location. And I went to look at the code and I was actually thrown back in my chair as if, well, you're not allowed in there. If you know me, I'm not theatrical, but I was thrown back. And he smiled and said, I just wanted to see if you could get in there. Another visit I had was somebody saying to me, there are people that can remote view and read what's written on paper. They actually put up energy or some sort of field around key buildings that remote viewers can't get in. I don't know how much all this is true, but I find it very, very interesting to hear. So your mind can go anywhere. And we work, Danielle's here, she's been with me for a long, long time. There's a lot of key people joining us today that have trained with me or worked with me. And we look at the past, we look at the future. Our accuracy is phenomenal. We do very, very well. Our accuracy is so we know our brains can travel here, there, everywhere. It's great fun. Since 2010, yeah, long time, Danielle. Long time. So I thought we should go and have a little peek at the Shelley, so many people are getting downloads. But it's interesting you say, oh, Shelley, you're really interested. I often say I'm downloading. I could just be sitting there and downloading a chunk of information. And I did some future vision work with a leading businessman, and he said, I can be with clients now since you've taken me into the future a few times, and I can start glimpsing their future. So we start to download. It's just once you've done it a few times. So we've got some interesting people here. How cool is this? I must do this more often. So would you like to take a little journey to have a look at the comet, because your mind can go, and I don't care if it's behind the bloody sun, doesn't matter. We can mind travel to wherever it is. We can actually take a peek and we can tap into it. We can. Our brains, as Rupert Sheldrake said, our minds can travel anywhere. There's been over 2,000 studies into telepathy, conclusively proven it works. The military in America, their research has conclusively proven they can send their mind out to some other country and see exactly what's happening. And I've got some great stories about remote viewing, which I'll tell you another day. But there was one person who was so talented. She was so good, she actually went into hiding because she saw things she shouldn't have seen. And I tried to find her online, and my computer went bang. Nobody. I took it down. Everybody I knew, nobody could get it working again. It's almost as if you're not allowed to look there. So we know this works. Okay, make yourselves nice and comfy. Make yourselves. And Shelley, find me online. Say hello. You're interesting. Let's have a look. Joe, it's using the sun light codes for our luminosity. You might have to break that down a bit for me because I don't know what that means. I don't know. I'm sure you're right, but because you tend to be, but I don't know what that means. Okay, make yourselves nice and comfy. That's about. And if it's safe to do so, close your eyes. If it's safe to do so, don't do this if you're driving, hang gliding, holding a baby, blah blah. Then don't. You can always listen later. But for now, I want you to just close your eyes and focus on your breathing. My grandsons wanted to pop in, but they're probably out playing football. But if they're around. Hi, boys. Just focus on your breathing. With each breath, allow yourself to relax more and more. And just know, nobody needs anything for you right now. You can have a moment for yourself. Keep focusing on your breathing. Allow your body to let go of any tension. And just feel your body really connecting to Earth as you let go. And as you connect with Mother Earth, just imagine you're expanding, becoming lighter and freer. And just imagine a beautiful sphere of light surrounding you, the colour of starlight, silver and blue and violet. You feel safe and loved inside the sphere. And inside the sphere, allow yourself to become lighter and lighter. And you start to gently rise up and up and up through the clouds, higher and higher. And I see you floating up and up and up above the earth. And you look down on the earth and it glows. You can see the beautiful blue oceans and white clouds and golden cities. Our beautiful planet. And you carry on moving up and up into the silence of space. You feel great peace as you float through space. You become aware that you're floating towards the comet Atlas. Your own consciousness knows exactly how to reach the comet and guide you there. As you drift closer and closer to the comet, what thoughts come to you? Starting to come into your vision. And as you come closer, you get a clearer look. What's your first impression? You're aware of the comet's tail. A number of scientists have said something odd about the comet's tail. Now you get much closer to the comet. What is it made of? Maybe you can see, or maybe the answer just comes to you. What is it made of? Ice, rock, metallic, geometric? Is it live? Just let the answers come to you in whatever form they wish to take. Is it naturally formed? Or has it been made? Let's get closer. Is there any sound? Maybe just a lump of rock hurtling through space. What do you feel? Does it feel good? Safe? Do you sense it's alien technology? If so, is it hostile, benevolent? Is it just nosy? Is it neutral? What does it feel like? Now, people have said that it's a projection of our own consciousness. Does that resonate? Other people have said it's a symbol. If so, what is that symbol? What does it mean to you? Thank you, Super Manchester Nurse. Nice to see you here. just want you to focus. Does this object have a purpose? And project your mind inside the comet or whatever it is. Is it dense? Is it not? And in your mind, I want you to ask this question. What are you? Why have you come? And is there something that you're meant to know or be aware of? You personally, is this some message for you? And from there, look down at Earth. There's something we're meant to know on Earth. And just feel yourself moving away from the comet, flowing back towards our beautiful planet. Re-entering our atmosphere. Feel yourself coming back to your normal weight. Feel your feet touch the earth. And just take a moment to know what is the main message you have taken from this. When you're ready, take a deep breath, open your eyes, and just share whatever impressions you have. What did you think, Danielle?
So I saw it as like iridescent,
Mm-hmm.
and it felt like it had a nucleus inside, but it also felt it was made of different circles of energy, and whether that's like futuristic people coming back to the earth to oversee what's going on. I didn't feel it was a threat. It felt like it was more of an investigatory mission.
Yeah.
But I did feel it was, I could see like circles, but they were like different, like, I don't want to say people, but different consciousnesses. And I know when we've gone forward into the future, like the year 4000, whatever, and we've seen just energy beings, haven't we? So it was a bit like that, whether that they're coming forward to now to see what's going on, but it definitely had a nucleus, and it was, I could see it as iridescent colours.
Well, Shelley saw many circles as well.
Oh, wow.
She said it's not hostile. See,
No.
Keith, Jock, you're here. Nice to see you. It's come to see what's going on. I saw many circles too. That's Shelley. Let's have a look. Joe, mine was very similar. Repopulation of Earth. That sounds a bit scary. That's scary. Repopulation of Earth. Higher consciousness. Yeah.
Yeah.
it's a funny thing because those of us that have worked with future visioning, we found by the next lifetime we're far more evolved, and we've said there's some sort of leap in consciousness at some point because we got suddenly by our next lifetime we're so much more evolved. Super Manchester nurse. I feel inquisitiveness about the universe we created, I assume soon. That's an interesting. Joe said benign. Great stuff. Good, 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 good. Jock, you've popped in. What do you think? No dancing this time. Jock's always dancing on TikTok. Yeah, I've just got this thing that I don't think it is a lump of rock. I just don't think it is. I feel it is making some sort of contact or connecting with us or trying to look at us. But yeah, I just think it's only the third thing to come from another solar system into ours, and only the third thing we've ever known about. It's interesting. So I wonder what happens next, because it's supposed to come back past us and then shoot off, never be seen again. Does that mean other comets are going to come? I wonder if others are going to come. I wonder if others are going to appear. I wonder if there's more ways of connecting. Right, Shelley, our DNA blood has been suppressed so much. I'm quite curious about blood. I think we've got a new blood group coming. There's others behind it. Like who, Shelley? Interesting. That's what I have with my cup of tea when I'm working. Yeah, Danielle is right. When we've looked 1,000 years into the future, we are so much more evolved, and the energy is our way of connecting is more how we're connecting with. I call it the comet. We don't know what it is. We call it the comet. There is that it is more of an energy connection, more of connecting mind-wise, sort of almost telepathic. It's influencing with energy, and it goes a long way beyond how we do things and understand. We're actually still very, very primitive. So Super Manchester or other things behind it. This is interesting. We've got a conversation going on. This is interesting. So I feel good. You know, I don't feel threatened or nervous or I could easily, because yeah, it could be. I think it was Stephen Hawking said we're looking for people. We're wondering if there's other entities or whatever out in space, but they're probably not going to be friendly. I mean, his view was leave well alone. Go sending signals out. You might not like what comes back, but this doesn't feel bad. A scientist has said she's seeing lots in the sky. Do you know, that's really interesting, because I've seen a few reports. I meant to collect them up today and I didn't get around to it, but I read several reports where, I know one was in Russia, where they've had some strange light. Scientists said she's seeing lots in the sky. I saw orange circles sent down to Earth. Really interesting. Yeah. So I think there is something going on there, and I think we are ready for something to happen to raise our consciousness. Now, somebody reminded me recently, Tadpole's here. Hello, Tadpole. It's nice to see you. Gosh, we've got some cool people here. Is Jojo here? Because Jojo had some really interesting ideas on this subject. Me and her would do another little secret chat. Got some interesting people today. So what was I rambling on about? I was telling you something then. Let's have a look. I think any further space missions are not a good idea. But it's interesting because some people think we went to the moon, some people think we haven't. I don't have a view on that. I do wonder why we've not gone back and a lot of people think we didn't really go there. And I was talking to somebody, a lot of the visitors and people I talked to, I can't say who they are, as you know, but one of them said to me they heard a recording when the astronauts were on the moon. He said they were there, and there's a piece cut out of the recording where one of them said, they're watching us. I've got goosebumps as I say that. So some people think they did go there, but there was something there, and that's why they've not gone back. So some people think we have, some people think we haven't, but that was what I heard. We went, but won't go back. We aren't allowed there. Well, that's more or less what they were saying. There was almost somebody else said to me we were warned off. I think we were watched from the moon, but I don't think we went there. Okay, interesting. Yeah. It doesn't make sense never to go back there, especially with the vast amounts of resources there. We could really do well mining, and these days we have. Same as Antarctica. Well, that is another interesting one. So with the comet, did you feel it was more man-made, or alien technology, or natural resources? What did you feel it was made from? Not man-made, right? Okay, alien tech, plasma, interesting. Right. Comments in this live were filtered to protect the community experience. Who knows? Right. Plasma, definitely. Interesting. And did you get a feeling that there was actually any entities or anything on board or part of it? Or it was just something passing by? Did you get the feeling there was anything? Says it's for entertainment purposes only. And well, that's fair enough. That covers a lot of things, doesn't it? Definitely a consciousness. Now that's interesting. Higher consciousness, loving, supportive, accelerated consciousness and healing energy, mineral delivery system, also alive, liquid moving. Yeah, I could hear dialogue, intelligence. Oh my goodness. You need to say that you don't. Okay. So do I have to actually say that or write it up somewhere? Okay, yeah. Okay. You'll have to show me what to do, Shelley, because I haven't got a clue. I only just about found the live button. It's true. I'm just thinking, how'd you go live? I'm telling everybody I'm going to go live. I did a live on something else, and people said, "Oh, that was great." They went, "You really know what you're doing?" I went, "I don't know, turn it off." I was just stuck on it. I couldn't get it. TikTok shop. I didn't know TikTok had a shop. I'm going to investigate a bit more because I'd like to do more of these. And what you're telling me is so interesting. So that was it. When we go 1,000 years into the future, where we are just energy, we can go in and out of form, and we seem to be floating around the galaxy and influencing and healing and connecting, and just say it. Okay, for entertainment purposes only. There you go. What you're saying about blood and DNA, I really keep getting the feeling that there's a new blood group to come. And a lot of the younger people that are coming up now, that are kids now, they're different, aren't they? They're different. They're more sensitive, but they also have this awareness, and definitely entertained. That's good. That's really good. But I think we have got a new blood group coming. I've thought this for a long time. What we eat, we're not going to be able to eat the food we have been eating. We certainly are not going to be able to eat this ultra-processed plant-based food or bug food. I just don't think our bodies will process. I think it was a couple of years ago, I made a video in the supermarket, because overnight there was huge sections of what they call plant-based food. There's absolutely no nutrition in it. You pick it up and you can feel it. There's no nutrition in it. And the bit, because it says plant-based, they're trying to project that it's so healthy and so good, and I just don't think it is. I just thought it just looks like it's going to lot going on with non-verbal children. Yes. I think these young people coming up, they're very, very different, but they seem to be more awareness and energetic. So that, yeah, they're not talking, or they're not operating as we did as kids. Yeah, telepathy. But they're noticing things. That's why they're so sensitive, because they're noticing things we wouldn't notice. So, and I do think that the new blood group is part of these kids that are growing up. It's going to be very interesting to watch. So this comet, it's almost as if it's very timely. It's for a reason. It's chemicals in plant-based food. My diet is so restrictive due to food allergies. I've got the same, Danielle. In fact, I took some antihistamines early because I just the slightest. I have an austere diet. I have to, and I know. I think many of us do, especially people who are quite spiritual. We're ultra sensitive to all the chemicals and things. But this comet coming round to me is timely. The other thing is that when I say timely, you think in the last 20 years, how many films have been about consciousness, changing the future, changing the past, alternate timelines? Before 20 years, there might have been the odd one in a blue moon. But now, probably 1 in 3 films has some element of this on some level. And I think it's because we're ready to understand time and consciousness and how we can move around and how we can shape our reality. I've been told that the TV shows and films are divinely inspired. And you think we've only just started to talk about time. People like Michio Kaku come along and they start to talk about time. You think your grandparents were just living day to day, week to week, that they had enough to do to just survive and feed their families. They certainly didn't look at the future. They didn't look at alternatives. They just did what was in front of them. If Dad was a farmer, Dad'd be a farmer. They just followed that path. They didn't have. Today we got lots of choices. We can jump onto a different path anytime we want. We're aware of time speeding up, slowing down. We've never thought about all this before. And we're just at that moment when we're starting to go, we could change our reality. We can get together en masse and change things. Time is malleable. Time is bendy. We're just starting to get that sense. And it's interesting, this comet's come along. And when you got leading scientists making comments saying, nah, that doesn't make sense. It cannot do that. Avi Loeb said, it looks like it's performing maneuvers. And it can't, can it? It can't. A comet will just follow what the path it's on. It can't perform maneuvers. It can't. It's just ludicrous. So, yeah, it's very, very interesting. Is Amethyst here? I know Amethyst was going to try and pop in. Amethyst is actually doing a bit of research into the comet. So I'd love it. If not, Amethyst, I'd love you to share something, post it up later, because I think I can save this. So I don't know how long we get on a live. I think we get an hour. But I do think everything's arriving at this point in time for a reason. And I feel there's something timely about this. I think more's to come. Do any of you get the feeling? He said he'd never heard of Project Blue Beam. What is that? I don't know what that is. What's Project Blue Beam? I don't know what that is. Yeah, I don't know what Project Blue Beam is. But we're looking into. I really think there's more to come. I think this is almost the first of a lot of other things to come. Holographic technology. Oh, interesting, interesting. Look into it, please. Yes, sure. Yeah, I've got a feeling this is the first of many things. I say there's been unexplained lights across a number of cities, and that's, you know, it's like it's hardly in the news, but force aliens come in. Force aliens. More to come. Yvette, hello Yvette. Yeah, I think there's more to come, and I suppose the big question is what do we need to take from that, and what do we do about it? And can we, if this is energy, can we communicate with these beings, energy, whatever it is? Can we communicate telepathically? Because that to me would be the key thing. If us as a group could tap in and make contact telepathically, I think that would be really cool. Pick up some information. Of course, the internet's changed everything, because now we can en masse share knowledge. Right. Somebody just said, it's gone now, the message. Hang on, somebody just put a message. Have you seen the orb and sheets in the sky? They're here to help us. Somebody else mentioned that. And I'll tell you what, I'm going back a few years. My friend Shanna, I think she's in Australia now, but she was working with this guy, and he was seeing rods. They're like rods. And they were just floating about, and he managed to film them, and he couldn't get any sense out of anyone, but he'd got clear footage regularly, these rods floating. So it's almost as if it's kind of there, but only some people can see it. Or, yeah, only some people seem to see it, but he actually managed to get footage. Right, Shelley, I'm in a few UFO communities. It's been confirmed by a whistleblower. Interesting. Yeah, very, very, very interesting. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of it is sifting through, because there's people out there that just believe crazy stuff. I mean, this comet is there, and when the scientists back this up and say, look, this isn't behaving like a comet, and they actually have the tech and the spec to actually say, no, that's the speed it was going at. It couldn't slow down. When they can tell you what it's doing, I think we're onto something. I really, 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 really think the fact the scientists, several scientists are speaking out, and when NASA refuses to show the footage, they would normally show the footage. They're refusing to show the footage to the public and to Avi Loeb. They're refusing. So people need to start looking up. Well, yeah, absolutely. We'll start looking at the sky. yeah. I really got a feeling something else is coming soon. I should imagine. Yeah, NASA can't be trusted. Well, this is it. This is it. This is that to point blank, just stop showing the footage and not answer a leading scientist like Avi Loeb is quite curious, isn't it? I find that quite curious. So I think, I expect others might well have the same feeling, but I think something else is coming soon. I don't know what. I think something else. Shelley, the laser weapons they have in space now are madness. I didn't know they had. See, I don't watch the news. I don't watch videos people share. I keep out of it. I really do. I tell you because there's so much it overwhelms, and I don't want to be influenced. I just want to see what comes to me. Laser weapons, who is it? Particular governments or all of them? They don't put it on the news. No, they don't, do they? I stopped watching the news ages ago. I can't deal with it. Wow, all governments, interesting. Yeah, so why have they got them out there? And where are they aimed? Are they aimed at Earth, or are they aimed at outer space? Are they aimed somewhere else? So who here thinks something else is war going to happen up there? But when you hear, when I was in Japan, I'm going back quite a few years to Japan, and I had a big group, and I took them to look at outer space, and three-quarters of the room, they didn't collaborate. I've got everybody to write down what came to them. They saw like a giant mesh that would send energy back to Earth, and it would give us free energy. And that was really curious that so many people there all saw the same thing. Of course, years later, you've got Bill Gates talking about putting something out in space to block out the sun, which sounds like the most batshit thing I've ever heard in my life. You hear a lot of batshit things, but that one, yeah. But yeah, and then I read I saw the headline on a science magazine. I'm not buying them because they cost about 10 quid for a few pages. But it said on the cover of this science mag that they were planning a mesh in space to bounce energy back to Earth. China definitely have them. Okay, interesting. You're educating me, Shelley. You know a lot of stuff I don't know. But yeah, being on a lot of the UFO pages will have really good information on it. There's satellites around the sun taking energy. Oh my goodness. You'd think they'd burn up, wouldn't you? Wow. Yeah, makes sense though. There's a place to get the energy from. So I'd like to do more of these. I know we will run out of time soon, and your feedback has been phenomenal. It's been really, really interesting to work with you, and I'd like to do more of this because I think there's a lot about to happen. I think a lot of it is us energetically. I think we're changing. I think we're finding out what we're capable of. I think we're ready to pick up more information from other places. I think there's so much more. I think we really are about to take a huge leap in consciousness. And don't forget, in my second book, I put how the human race would split into two. That was a major thing I put in the book. And just as I was sending it off, the final copy of the manuscript to the publisher, somebody said there's a scientist done research into this. So I looked him up, I contacted him, and he'd actually found evidence that the human race is splitting in two. Some are going to highly evolve, really become highly evolved. Some are almost going backwards. I called them the grunters. It's almost like, and you can see them around you now. You can see it starting to happen, and some people are evolving, and some seem to be instant gratification, eating rubbish, not violent, not contributing to society. And you can almost see that split coming now. So the people that are growing, then I think they're the ones that are going to connect with this higher consciousness. And I really would love to work with you all more, because I really think that we've got something that we can do so much more with. I feel as connecting, it is the connection, isn't it? We're all being separated, but I'd love to work with you all more. But I'm truly grateful. Again, I've got no idea how you turn this off, so you'll have to tell me. But I'm truly grateful for you turning up. How'd you turn them off anyway? I've got no idea. But anyway, I'm truly yeah, we are powerful beings, and you're right, we have been held back, and I think it's time for us to, and I see you, tadpoles, we've all connected, Manchester Nurse, we've all connected through Jojo, but yeah, really good to see you all. I think we will get together more. If you've got ideas or something you want me to put up, let me know. But how interesting you guys are, what knowledge you all have, what insight and connection and awareness you all have. And I think as a group we can do so yeah, I shall do more. Thank you so much for joining me. See you all soon. Take care. Now, is this how I turn it off? How do you turn this off, guys?